Hello, everyone. My name is Pastor Stephen, and I am one of the children's pastors here at Scarborough Chinese Alliance Church. I'm here today because I want to introduce you to a monthly video series we're starting in 2021 called Tough Questions 101, where we're going to be going through some of the questions featured in this book you see to the right called The 21 Toughest Questions Your Kids Will Ask About Christianity and How to Answer Them Confidently by Alex McFarland. Before we actually dive into the questions, I just want to give you some tips to best engage in conversation with your kids. Tip number one is as follows. It's to be encouraging. Children think in a different way, especially younger kids. There's more concrete thinking and less abstract thinking. Abstract thinking is something that's more towards adolescence and adulthood. So when your kids ask questions that seem odd, they don't seem to make sense, or they're connecting pieces that would otherwise not make any sense, continue to be encouraging. Help them walk through what it is they really want to ask. Tip number two, be transparent. One of the best ways for kids to really understand the answer to the questions is if it can be connected to something, or more specifically in this case, someone in their life. So if this is a question you've asked in the past, or if this is a question where you have personal experience with, be willing to share that with your kids so that they can understand that these questions aren't just asked in void, but are relevant to them as well as you. And tip number three is to be humble. And what I mean by this is there's going to be a moment, even if you sort of have watched through the next bunch of videos we have prepared to answer these questions, where they're going to ask you something and you're not going to know how to answer it. And that's okay. One of the important things, I think, is to be humble and to be willing to say to our children, so-and-so, I understand your question, but right now I don't know the answer. Can I either go home and research it, or can I think about it a little bit more? Not only I think does that help kids understand that you're taking them seriously, but you're also not giving them half answers or diverting their attention to something they're not asking, but you genuinely are engaging them in a way that allows you to find the answer at a more suitable time before you actually dive into the questions. So once again, those three tips I hope will help you with the questions. We'll be diving into the questions very shortly. I hope to see you there.